Some of you may know me as Keyboard P on Twitter or the blogs. And today I'm going to show you an application called ICE. It's actually called ICE Alert. Now, some of you may have seen an early prototype of ICE on YouTube. It stands for In Case of Emergency, and it's designed to help people who've fallen ill to an accident and they're either unable to communicate to the first respondent, most likely a paramedic, or they're unconscious. So what this application does, it essentially speaks on their behalf. So if we launch the application, first thing you'll see, this is completely fresh install. So everything's empty at the moment. And so the first thing the user would do is go into the settings option. So on this, as you can see, there are various options you can set now. Because the emulator is pretty tricky to store image on the virtual image, I've just preloaded an image here. But the user can enter the name and date of birth. And the reason for the date of birth rather than the age is so that the application can automatically calculate the age every year. So the user doesn't have to worry about that. Just one more thing. PIN number. If you have kids tampering with a phone, you don't want them to remove any allergies or conditions you may have. So you can put a PIN number to make sure that you're the only one who can change the data. Panic alert, I'll go into that a bit more, but as you can see there's options being sent, which contact to contact, which number to dial, or emergency message to send, your emergency service local to your country. Launch action is basically allows you to dictate what to do when you press the panic button. Now, as I say, I'll go into that in a second, but you can see various options. So you can immediately set up an SMS to send. You can immediately set up a contact to dial, emergency service, or you can press record. Now, record isn't implemented yet in the Beta SDK, but in my version of Beta SDK. But essentially, what that will allow a patient to do is record a message, an emergency message for the paramedic before they pass out. It's not because of the app, it's, they've got a condition. So yeah, that's the ICE application aspect of it. So what we're going to do first is add a contact. So you go to edit mode, add your ICE contact. Now you might have 3 or 4, usually family or friends, close friends. Save it, and now you have that contact. So if a paramedic came along, they can see your contact to call. If you have any allergies, I think it was, yeah, you can add your allergy. This is a bit of a joke for your Big Bang Theory fans. As you can see, you can add all your allergies, you can add any conditions you may suffer from, so in this case diabetes, and obviously there's different types of diabetes, so you might want to add extra detail on your particular type so the paramedic knows exactly what to do in your condition. Now after that, it's the panic alert application. That's pretty much the ICE application. The panic alert application is designed for people to use while they're still conscious, so they can immediately send text, they can immediately dial contact, etc. Now, this may be if someone's in a dodgy area and they're not feeling safe. You're not quite going to call the emergency service because nothing's actually happened, but you might want to contact a friend or something as quickly as possible and as conspicuously as possible. So, if we go to the panic alert button, yeah, okay. I got caught up in here. Yeah, here we go. So the panic alert, as you can see, the buttons are big, designed so that you can easily access them quickly. Straight away you can quick dial to the contacts we set earlier. You can do the same with your emergency service. As I say, the record button's not working yet, but what will happen is, if this was actually told to me by a paramedic, that often diabetic people they forget to take their insulin, so they start feeling faint. And what happens here is you can quickly record that you have forgotten to take your insulin, so that when the paramedic comes, they know exactly what the problem was. Because even if you've got diabetic in your medication, they can't assume that it was due to lack of insulin. So that will save a lot of time for the patient time. Also, the final one is to send SMS. Now this was the message that we set up earlier in the settings section, and your GPS location is automatically appended to that. So, so everyone who receives this message can see your location as well, not just the actual message. I think that's pretty much the ICE Alert application. It's going to be free to download because I think it's something that it would benefit quite a few people. Yeah, I hope you guys download it, install it, but hopefully never actually use it.